Hi.
Hi, so good to be here. Thanks, Anu, for having me.
Thanks,
Hi,
Michelle. It's
Anu.
lovely to see you. Hi, Anjali. How are you?
Thank you for having me, Anu. So wonderful to be here today evening.
No, I'm so happy to see both of you. And I think we already have some people who have joined us. So let's get started. Can you hear me all okay? Can you hear me
Yes,
all okay?
yes, loud and
Yes.
clear, yes.
Okay, so first of all, thank you, both of you, for making time for this and also for being brave and coming on here to share what you have been going through in the last few months. So, Michelle, thanks to you because I had put out this promotion and offer of going on live on FB on BWN SG group, and the ladies have been absolutely fantastic. So let's just start because we already have people joining us. Hello, Chris. How are you? Thanks for joining us. And the first thing that I would like to do is quickly introduce you. So, Michelle McFlynn. Uh, Michelle, say hello.
Hi, everybody.
She is the founder of BWN Asia, which is the Business Women's Network. And really, she's a really inspirational lady. She works a lot behind the scenes, helping like hundreds, or maybe I should say thousands of business women in Singapore and in Asia around us, helping them with their digital marketing, with their SEO, with getting the word out about their brand, and helping them with branding and getting their brand to their consumers. And secondly, we have Anjali. Anjali, I know
Hi.
her. Hi, Anjali. I know her from college days. We are from the same college,
Yeah.
although a few years apart. And she has very interesting background. She studied fashion as well, but now she's a digital marketing and SEO expert, and she tinkers a lot with technology. And I
I
think that's
love it.
going to be the theme for today, about Instagram, about websites, about stuff. You'll keep hearing stuff. And I think we have a lot of people now starting to join in. So, hi, Dharna. I'll just say a couple of hellos. Hi, Priya. Uh, Lovely to see you ladies here. So now that we've kind of got into it, tell me a little bit about how the past few months have been for you, Michelle.
Well, I've actually taken the last 3 months. Obviously, we can't really do all that much. So I've really gone into behind the scenes and tidied a few things up on my website, started structuring a few things differently, making the ladies look a bit more appealing, and their member listings changed. Going into SEOs and all the things that you mentioned that I did before. It's been a great opportunity to take some time out to do that because I've been so busy prior in, putting stuff out into the magazine and doing all the design work that I really haven't had the chance to do all those things that I normally would do behind the scenes and on the website. So that's been really good. And I've also, because I not only BWN, but I also have an online business, the affordable cards business as well. So between the two websites, I've reshuffled a lot of my marketing strategies, things like that. So I have been quite busy doing that type of stuff. And I suppose we're all going online now, aren't we? More so.
Yes, yes. And have you found that a lot of the ladies in BWNSG have been doing that, like using this time rather than getting stuck or feeling very afraid of what's coming? Have you heard that a lot of the people have actually been upping their marketing game or their collaterals and websites?
Yes, a lot of them have. We ran some brainstorming sessions over the circuit breaker period, and a lot of them were. Some of them were a bit confused on not knowing what to really do because it's
Right.
quite hard if you don't have those skills either. So you need to go and
Yes.
research and talk to more people. So hence why we did the brainstorming sessions. But
Right.
yes, I think a lot of people took that time out to do all those nitty gritty things that we don't normally have time to do. And we're so
Right.
wrapped up in having meetings and going here, there, and everywhere that we don't do all the cleanup stuff and fix up files, all that type of thing. So yes, a lot of I got that a lot from the brainstorming sessions. Yes.
Nice. And Anjali, what about you? What have you been up to? How?
Well, COVID brought some wonderful challenges, and good as well as bad. So the good ones were that, or a lot of my clients could not do their business, especially if that business meant in-person meetings,
Okay.
an in-person execution of the service or product that they provide. So during the COVID months, we had to pivot a lot of our strategies for them, and we said, okay, this is not the time to sell your product. Instead, let's use this time to generate goodwill for your brand, and get a lot of new people into your fold who otherwise would not have heard for you. So what we did was we pivoted, extensively into a lot of compassionate messaging and a goodwill generation for our brands and our customer. I would say my clients, and we generated tons of leads just through goodwill measures. So
That's
that
great.
kept me busy. Yeah. So, for
That's
example,
nice
for one of
to,
my clients, we did a lot of free, video lessons, and we generated tons of leads through that channel.
right.
The bad part was, one of my client, he actually suspended my services for a month or two, and that
Oh,
was again a good problem to have because his business was just booming. He was like, I can't handle so much business, so you have to cut down on your promotional activity so that I
was
can
he
manage.
in food delivery or?
Yes, yes, yes. So it's a restaurant customer. Yeah.
Right,
So
right,
he's
right.
like, I can't handle. There's just too much business, and I have less staff. So
Yeah.
stop all promotion.
Okay,
So
great.
it's
So I think
another good problem to have.
if I hear both of you saying that most of the business owners have actually been trying to consolidate their marketing collaterals, revamp their websites, change or pivot their messaging a bit, and I think that's also because all of us have been reflecting, right? And we've all been trying to figure out of what's happening, what's going to happen, and I think reflection always brings with it some pivoting, right? Because you try to see what is important to you, right? So, with that, let me ask you, okay, what is important to you about being successful? So, how would you define, Michelle, success?
Success. Actually, sometimes that can be overrated a little bit. I know for many, many years I thought that success was if you had a lot of money or if you had the top job, all that type of stuff. But really, as you grow older and wiser and actually in running a small business of your own, you actually realize that the little things are what makes you successful. And to give you an example, I feel successful in what I've done because feel like I've changed many, many women's lives just in little tweaks here and there, or having a conversation with them, or helping them along and gaining them more confidence, and being able to be able to do that for people. And also, I feel when you get that recognition back, that knowing that you've done that job and you have changed someone else's life in whatever direction, whether it's in life or in business, you have been successful. And the one thing about feeling and being successful is how you get out of all your challenges. If you give up, then you haven't really become successful in whatever you were doing. So if you
Nice,
don't give up and you create a different strategy or a different way of moving forward, then you will eventually get to achieve those goals and do all those things.
nice, nice.
Many successful people have failed in many different areas, but that's just how you grow and how you evolve. But you need to
Right,
go through that challenges to be able to become that successful way. Well, however you want to define yourself, to be successful as. But it's not, doesn't always come down to how much money is in your bank account. It's the feeling at the end of the day, in my book anyway.
Oh, that's fantastic. So success to you is the feeling of being able to have helped someone, right? Or in some way contributing to changing lives. That's fantastic. I love that. And Michelle, tell me something, one value that you incorporate in your work, right? To help you get this feeling. Like, what is the one most important thing that you keep center for yourself?
Well, first of all, one thing that someone told me once was to feel comfortable feeling uncomfortable. And there's a lot of meaning in that. And a lot of us have a lot of fears that we need to overcome. And you have to feel uncomfortable to get into that comfort zone and to get better at things. So for me, anyone who knows me knows that I never give up on things. I'm quite headstrong. I'm quite a hard worker. And I think if you really believe and are really extremely passionate about what you do, then you will overcome so many obstacles and challenges, and you'll really celebrate the successes that you do have. And so for me, all of those things contribute to the way I do business on a daily basis.
That's fantastic. I love that. I love that. And Anjali, what is it for you? What does success mean for you? Can you share a bit?
Yeah, so for me, the way I define success is whether I'm making any progress in terms of evolving myself. Am I better today than yesterday? That's it. That's what is success to me. And the only person that I compare myself to is my own self. And when I see, okay, where was I? Few years from now, and where am I today? Have I evolved? Have I achieved? Have I learned something? Have I been able to contribute more? And that's it. So for me, it's a measure of where you were yesterday and where you are today. That's it. And if you made some headway, you're successful.
Nice. Progress. I think progress is
Absolutely.
really important. And I think even for myself personally, I can say I totally agree with this philosophy. Right. In fact, both of your philosophies, because I love, being able to contribute to someone's life. And I love being able to change myself and evolve myself on an ongoing basis. So I'm really glad
Yes.
to hear from both of you, these two things of what success means for you. And Anjali, as you kind of make progress and evolve, and you measure yourself, like, am I better than yesterday? Is there like
Yes.
one particular thing that you kind of keep in mind, like, are you always looking for change or looking to grow yourself in a particular area? I think I know what it is, but I want to hear from you.
Yeah, so the one thing that actually guides me in everything that I do is being honest to yourself. It's you have to be true to yourself. You have to be authentic, genuine. And the second thing is that you have to be good to others. You have to have a mindset of helping others, genuinely helping others. And that's it. So be good to others and honest and true to yourself. Be authentic, be honest and true, and just have that intention of making somebody better or help them. That's it.
So Anjali, let me ask you. So that's a big one.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something specific. Tell me what area you constantly keep trying to make progress in.
So I'll tell you how. Like for example, I started, with this community, and I got a lot of entrepreneurs together into a Facebook group, and then I started listening. Okay, what is it that they are needing? And when I heard intently, I figured that all of them wanted to learn more about how to grow on Instagram, how to grow your following and influence on Instagram. Whenever I posted anything about that, there were tons of questions. So I took a deep dive. I said, okay, this is what the community need. Let me put my take a deep dive and build a course. So I'm currently actually working on building this course on how you can increase your influence on Instagram.
Oh, fantastic. So are you going to do us a favor after this chat? Can you put the link? Is it a free course or a paid course?
So currently it's free because I'm just inviting people to join and give me tons of feedback and let me know whether
Okay.
I'm on the right track or not, whether this course is really adding value to your life or not. And once we are completed, with the course, then of course I'll want to make some money out of it.
Okay, great. So I think we are in the free period right now, as we
Yes,
would say. So please do share with us, so that I think
I will.
Instagram is something which all of us are playing with. Uh, we've not really, maybe some of our audience here might be like great Instagram users, but for me, like myself, I don't really know a lot of the features. I just Google and kind of try to fake my way through it, right? So yeah, that would be interesting. Michelle, coming back to you, Anjali said Instagram is something that everybody's asking for. Is that something that you have seen in the network, that in the community that you have built, that are people actively using Instagram more than Facebook, or which tool are they using?
Well, it all depends on what if they're a service based or a product based business at times. Not every, it's depending on what level of business that they are, because Businesswomen's Network attracts a lot of new startups, which we sit down and give them a mentor session and go through where they're at right now and what social media platforms are they in. Not all businesses are made for Instagram, and not all businesses are made for Facebook. So it's really looking at the going through and analysing the business and putting in strategies that's best for you and the business, because let's face it, being on all social medias can take a lot of your time, and you want to be able to utilize your time more effectively and not just focus on a platform that's not going to be working for you or you don't feel like it's going to go anywhere. So it all depends on what profession you're in. It does make a big difference. Advertising and marketing is always going to be a small business section where people want more assistance with. In Businesswomen's Network, a lot of ladies have gone from either corporate jobs or other jobs and moved over here, reinvented themselves, and a lot of these skills they haven't been doing in their current job. So it's all very new to them. So part of being in the network is that's why it's so valuable if women can get into these type of groups, because everyone shares and supports each other, and that's how we all become successful as one community. So it is extremely valuable to be able to get into a network or some type of group that can help you. There is a lot of many things online look, Angela's giving you free courses. There's more free courses now than ever before, because so many people want to get their name out there, because everything's converted online. So everyone is saturating the online world at the moment, because no one can really go out and do all the physical meetups and stuff. So it's really important that you can get on an online community. You can try to pick up as much as you can from all sorts of areas, but not to be overcrowded either, because you can get consumed with a lot of information.
And you're so right, thanks for having me on the cover of BWN Asia.
Yes,
This time, yeah.
to see you there, yes.
But you're right. I've been getting messages on so many different social media, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, different groups, that it does become quite a work to manage everything. So I think if I were to recap between both of you, what you were saying was that find the right channel out of all the social media and make sure that all your activity is on that one channel, definitely, rather than spreading everywhere. I think Instagram is great for people where images are important, right? So if you're in fashion or food or jewelry, I think that's great. But if you're in services and stuff, then maybe Facebook may be better, right? Is that right?
Well, it all depends on how you're interacting with your clients as well.
Yes, yes.
A lot of product base is on Instagram for that obvious reasons, because it's pictures and images. But and Facebook is a very interactive and community based. So BWN works perfectly on Facebook, because it's people posting, communicating, asking questions, all that type of stuff is very, very active. Instagram, you don't have that as much. It's all very visual. LinkedIn's very professional based, so you talk to those audiences very differently. So It all depends on what you're doing.
Great.
Yeah,
And
I have a
yes,
little thing to add here that
yes, please.
there are certain misconceptions about Instagram, which is that it's not as interactive as a platform, as it's not perceived. But when I have dived deep into the platform, and when I see people who are really doing it right, it is really you get a lot of engagement and a lot of interaction, and there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do out there in Instagram as well.
So, Anjali, let me stop you there and ask you one question. Tell us one feature in Instagram which you think is not so commonly used, but you are using it a lot.
Okay, so the one thing that really helps to build a human to human connection with people, and where you don't just treat the followers as just a number, but really actually as real people out there with whom you can build relationships with, and that is DM. And within DMs, you can actually send voice messages and video messages to people, where you can just record yourself and give a nice video message to somebody. So imagine the human to human connection you build when you use those kind of features within Instagram.
Okay. Frankly, I've never sent anybody a voice message or a video message in Instagram, so I am going to try that. Maybe one of our audience can help us type that into the comments. Video message and voice message on Instagram,
Powerful
direct
stuff.
message.
Powerful
Okay.
stuff. Yeah.
I
Great.
must
Powerful.
admit, Instagram, the one social media, Instagram has evolved drastically and quickly over the years. It's something that it has brought in new functions, so it is quite exciting. There's always something new.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. They're innovating. The maximum innovation that Facebook is right now focusing on bringing about is on Instagram, and specifically Instagram stories.
Instagram stories. Okay, so let me take the conversation to a slightly different place now. So, we talked a lot about what you've been doing, what you think is important. So, what is the one thing, over this period that you have decided that you're going to do differently, which you think is going to have a big impact for your business? So, maybe, Anjali, we start with you. What's the one thing you're going to do differently post COVID, which you think is going to have a big impact on your business or
Okay.
your personal life?
Okay. So there are actually two things, but they are connected to each other. So the one thing that I figured out is that in life you should not try to be everything to everyone. Instead, try to focus on being something to someone. And that realization led me to first focus on just trying to build this course around Instagram. And so I'm like really focused on bringing this course onto an online platform, and pivot into provide this course to these people who need Instagram, and how to use Instagram effectively, and bring it onto an online platform so that I can broaden my reach and really be something to these people who actually just need to learn how to use Instagram better. So yeah, those are my two things.
Okay, great. So, Anjali, thanks for that. And I think a lot of people would ping you for that course. So later, please do remember to put the link. Michelle, what is it
Absolutely.
for you? Tell me, what is the one thing that
Well,
you think
first
you're
of
going to
all,
do
I'm
differently?
going to get into this video world because I don't really do a lot of videos other than Zoom brainstorming sessions and network meetings and things. But and I don't do enough of them, and I know that. So that is the one big thing that's on my list, to do more videos and to do more interaction with people, especially what we're currently going through. It's more so now. And the other thing that I'm also doing behind the scenes is actually communicating with a lot more people to grow our network and to be able to bring in different skills within the community to be able to offer these things, exactly what we're talking about, like more marketing trainings and more things that people can interact um, and do more hands-on work with their businesses. We really had to do a big shift because it normally would, okay, this is what everybody needs, let's organise a workshop and this is it. But
Yeah.
now it's completely evolved, and we have to really change and spice a few things up a little bit, get into our uncomfort zone, and do things we don't normally would do. So, and not things that we wouldn't really have to do because we had the freedom to, do things in person. But now we have to reshuffle our business models, all sorts of things. So these are the things that I'm working on in the background, just so the women of the network can continue to support one another online more so. And you can, look what we're doing now. We're still interacting. We're still giving each, providing value or showing who we are and what we do to the general public. So it's important that we continue doing all this stuff, and that's why I just love what you're doing, because you'd be able to, just to be able to have women stepping up and have everybody to reach out. Our services, there's a lot of things that we provide for so many business women.
That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. So I'm going to, you said a lot of things, so I'm going to hold you accountable for one, right? The one thing that you said, videos. And I think for all of us, like for me, I never really like to see myself on video. In fact, I don't go back and watch the recording. I'm not so brave yet, right? Because I'll find like 20 things which are wrong. Although I think to make progress, like Anjali said, that to get better than where we were yesterday, we have to take feedback. We have to listen more than share more. So that is something that I am working on, that, to take feedback, listen more, try to get better, right? And for you, Michelle, I heard that and I've recorded it, and I'm going to put a message there. Videos, more videos, right? You have to do it. And Anjali, you said more courses, more trainings, right, to help a larger number of people. And this is what I found. This is what I found. You create a video, it stays there forever, right? People keep coming after days, after weeks, after months, looking at it. And, one point that somebody can pick up from your training or your talk or your sharing, it can actually help them change something which is very meaningful in their own lives. I experience this all the time, and I would love it that if in this talk and series we would be able to help somebody because they heard something from you, right? So Instagram stories, Instagram DM, Instagram voice messaging, video messaging, videos, chats, online courses, uh, community, small group where you can share your issues, like Michelle said, and kind of get help, seek help. So I think we're just about 2 or 3 minutes away. If there's one kind of message, I recapped everything, but if there's one message that I missed out, Michelle, what would you like to say to the audience?
I think really in these type of times that we're going through right now, we're thrown so many different challenges at us right now, whether it's so many people have lost their jobs, or they're not getting as many sales in, or whatever the case is. Currently I'm away from my family right now, so there's a lot of people in that regard. So the thing is really to try to stay as positive as possible. Try not to let everything get on top of you, and just don't give up. I mean, we're going through the hardest time ever in history. So these are the times where we all need to pull together and we all need to support one another. And so get online, get connected, don't lose that at all, and really just stay strong with one another. So really just just keep communicating. That's one big thing right now.
So that's fantastic. So if there are anybody who's listening to this video, you are in business, please contact Michelle. I'm sure, there's something that she can share with you. And Anjali, what is it for you? Tell me. One last thought, sir. Parting comment.
I think two things. One is resilience. The ability to rise back up is huge, right? Because there will be setbacks, but if you can just get back up and start again, that's what keeps us going. So resilience is one thing that I pay a lot of importance to, and that's one of my superpowers as well. I just get back up and start again. And the second thing is learning. Keep learning something new. Dabble with stuff that you haven't tried before. Keep on this constant learning path. So those are my two key
Fantastic.
messages.
So yes, yes. So I think that is very typical of you, Anjali. In the time that I have known you, first of all, I made one observation today. When I ask you for one thing, you will always give me two. So that just shows how much you have to give, right? So that's great. And I think this thing about keep learning. And that is exactly why I had both of you on the show together, because Michelle has this great skill about building community. She has a lot of business women who she has helped, and she keeps helping on an ongoing basis. And for you, I see you keep learning new technology, right? And there's so many tools and tips out there. The other day, you were telling me something about Be Live.
Yeah.
Was it Be Live, right? Which
Be
can be
like,
used
yes.
for auctioning
Live
stuff with
selling.
a
Live
live
selling. Yeah.
selling. So if
Yeah.
anybody is interested in live selling, right, please
Yeah.
put a comment there, and Anjali will share one tool which can really help you in live selling. Maybe we should
Yep.
try one day for Anna Rain as well,
Yeah.
right?
We should. We should.
Like, I'm
We
like,
should.
maybe we should try that. Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's pretty cool, actually.
okay, fantastic. So I will try that with you one day.
Done.
Okay,
Done.
so thank you so much. We are up on our time, but it was such a pleasure to have both of you, and I'm sure I'm going to go and write down all the things that you said if the audience has missed something. Uh, Please do share your links below so people can kind of benefit from the course, Anjali and Michelle. Thank you once again. Uh,
Thank
and
you, Anu. You are the best. You are simply the best.
Have to
no,
mention this
oh
your
yes,
new
I always
dresses
forget.
are
I always forget.
amazing on.
Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
I have a few of your dresses and I love wearing them.
no,
I'm
you're
wearing
looking.
one.
Yeah,
Please
you
look at
both
me.
are
I'm
looking.
wearing an Anna Rain.
Thank you so much for doing that. Maybe you can put some on Instagram
See
story,
me
some pictures later.
today. Already done.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, and bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming on the show. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.